Good morning, my name is Jennie. I'm a health and wellness coach. I left the Air Force in 2012 and I trained as a personal trainer when I left the Air Force. Used to run boot camps, specialised in pre and post maternity fitness. I live in the Lake District. This is South Lakes and it's a glorious morning. I have started this YouTube channel more times than I care to admit, but I've been on such a rollercoaster journey with my mental health, with menopause, with my own fitness, my pain, that I've kind of stopped and started it. I thought I had to be this shining beacon of athleticism and fitness to be able to motivate everyone else in their fitness journey. But what I've come to realise is that actually working with menopausal, midlife, older people and going through multiple injuries myself is that we've all got shit to deal with. We've all got injuries, we've all got life to deal with, we've all got families and stuff. And especially after my 2 disc prolapses, and I'll talk more about them on another video, I really lost my mojo. I used to think that exercise meant, an hour in the gym and you hadn't done anything unless you ended up in a hot, sweaty mess at the end of it and nothing else was worthwhile. But what I started to do in my recovery, and also working with midlife women mostly, is that you don't have to be doing an hour of circuit training twice a day to have effective health strategies in your life and to be fit and active. So I used to say to people, and I used to do it myself, and I still do it myself, is I used to say to people, well, how about you just give it 10 minutes of exercise? And I used to plan all these little 10-minute exercise sessions. And then that give it 10 became, well, actually, you know what, even if that's too much, how about when you're walking the dog, as I do multiple times, is stop and give it 10. For example, 10 squats while Maggie is having a good little sniff around. These are little things you can do when you're already doing the things you do in your day. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more of these with you. I've no idea how many I've done now. I'm just going to keep squatting while I'm chatting. I'm going to share a lot more of these with you whilst I'm going. And what I encourage you to do is, when I'm doing my give it 10s in these videos, that you stop and do them with me if you can, or not. It doesn't really matter. But if this just inspires you to do one give it 10 in your day, then that's my job done. Because just creating that, getting into the habit, and I'm writing a book about that. We'll talk more about that later. But doing these little give it 10 habit snacks through the day can start with 10 seconds. It can start with just taking one big deep breath, and that is a massive reset when everything else is going Pete Tong. Doesn't seem like much, but it really does work. So I'm conscious I'm waffling a bit. As I said, I stopped and started this YouTube channel more times than I care to admit. What I've decided to do is actually just document my journey. So let's go back to the backstory a little bit. Backstory as the weeks go by. But at the moment, I've had 2 disc prolapses. I've had surgery on one. First one, I've always been a runner, a fell runner, a circuit trainer. So I used to be in the military, as I said, 23 years in the Air Force, and every lunchtime I do circuit training, which now you would probably call like CrossFit, or even like high, the original kind of high rocks type of stuff, just running around like a loony for an hour, doing lots of stuff. But if I wasn't getting hot and sweaty and absolutely knackered at the end of a session, I didn't think it was worthwhile doing. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. So, imperfect action. This is all about imperfect action. As a health journey, as a life journey, is imperfect action, isn't it? We're just in the moment dealing with what we're dealing with, and 10 minutes later we think, oh, I wish I'd said that, and I wish I'd done that, and the following day it's like, oh, I should have worked out yesterday, and oh, I should have eaten healthier, and whatever. So this channel is going to be all about that kind of imperfect action, doing give it 10s, and me actually holding myself accountable to you to really get going with my back stuff. So I guess what I'm saying is, if this channel is for you, if you're a midlifer, if you're a busy mum, if you never have time to exercise, if you want to get some 10-minute, I'll be doing lots of 10-minute videos on little routines, primarily supporting the back. But as my back improves, and I know what I need to be doing to improve my back, I just don't bloody do it half the time. Oh, this is super overgrown. Little Stile here. Let's go over here. Bear with. Eek. Oh, look, this is so pretty. Look at this field with the buttercups as I've gone over the Stile. Can you see those colours? Kind of reddy, yellowy. Maggie! Let's get Maggie over the Stile. In fact, actually, Stile is a great opportunity to do a Give It 10. Just let's bash out 10 press-ups here. Get the dog over. Maggie here. Come on. Good girl. Maggie here. Come on. Here. Good girl. Good girl. Up here. Good girl. I gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is Maggie. Go on then, off we go. Right, okay, so we've got a Stile here. I'm going to do high one, low one. Let's do 10 little press-ups on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what Give It 10's all about. Just stopping and doing 10 repetitions or 10 seconds of something when you feel like it. And it starts to add up, like all these little exercises start to compound during the day. I try and do 10 Give It 10s during the day, and they're not all exercises. Like sometimes they're taking deep breaths, sometimes they're doing a bit of meditation. Again, I try to meditate every day, but of course I have fits and starts, like I have with my health over the years, fits and starts. Get really dedicated for a while, and you know, this is hopefully this channel and me keeping myself accountable to you and YouTube will mean that on those days when I don't want to do exercise and I don't want to work on my back and I don't want to do a video, that I'll just bloody do it. 10 seconds, 10 reps, 10 minutes, or just whatever you got. But my mantra is the win is in the one. So even if you do 1 minute, 1 rep, 1 second, we're building the habit. And you're going to learn more about my 10 system, about building that habit around things you already do. And you come with me on my back journey. So at the moment, just to, I suppose, elaborate on my backstory a little bit more, I'll go more into detail if anyone really wants to know. But yeah, so back went once, back in 2013, started the rehab, didn't really do all the weight stuff, got back into running, did my Achilles in, stopped running, went down a bit of a dark hole with my kind of like, how can I even be a health and fitness instructor if I can't rehab my back, and couldn't really focus on what I was doing. Life took over, being a mum took over, 4 house moves in 5 years took over, trying to build an online business, all sorts of stuff happening in life, and I wasn't really doing very much other than the occasional Give It 10. So my back went again in 2020, gosh, when was it now? 2023, so 3 years ago now. And it went really badly. So it was the disc below. So before it was L3, L4 that I had ruptured and operated on, and then L5, S1. No, it was L4, L5, and then L5, S1, so the disc below went. And it was a significant rupture. And again, we can go into details another time, but I was literally, I couldn't sit. And I couldn't find a comfortable lying position, but lying was pretty much all I could do, kind of lying on my side for pretty much 10 weeks. I was in absolute agony until ultimately I managed to get a caudal epidural, spinal block injection. And that was literally like magic. So I went to the hospital, laying in the back of my car, having been driven, having spent 10 weeks lying down or standing. I could stand and I was walking a bit, but I literally wasn't, I can imagine how. It was just, anyone who suffered that kind of sciatica, and it was just like the left side of my body was on fire. I literally felt like it was burning. Oh, there's another Stile. In fact, I can do another exercise on this Stile when I'm going, can't I? Right, okay, I'm going to do 10 tricep dips. In fact, let's put you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm trying to keep this a little bit more raw, a little bit more of me, a little bit non-AI. And if you like that, great. If you don't, then see ya. Hope you subscribe and like these videos. If you don't, then you're probably not someone who enjoy my company anyway. And that's another thing, getting older as well, isn't it? I am done trying to keep everybody happy all the time. I've been such a people pleaser in my life. And yes, I still am to a certain extent, but I am a work in progress on that, as I think many of us are. Now, the thing is, I've had these sporadic times where I'd kind of do a 6-week program. I'm a health and fitness instructor. Every coach needs a coach. We all need our hands held to hold ourselves accountable to someone, for someone to push us, because we just don't do it ourselves. So this is me declaring that I am going to hold myself accountable to you guys. I'm going to start working out more regularly, and I'm going to carry you along on that journey and share the workouts and share how my back is feeling, how my strength is going. And ultimately my big goal is to get running again, to get fell running again, to get park running again. I think my big goal would be a 10k, and maybe I'll look at a 10k this year. Might be too soon. Where are we now? We're in June, July, August, September. Maybe park run by September and a 10k next year, and we'll take it from there. But I don't think I'll ever run beyond 10k again. My marathon days are over. In the past, I have done London. I've done the Everest Marathon, most amazing thing I've ever done. So what's in it for you? You share my story. You will get some Give It 10 workouts. I also have a lot of recipes, and I'm big into nutrition. As much as I don't always follow the best practices myself, I do generally eat pretty healthy. I've got tons of recipes to share, so I'll be sharing some recipes on this channel, and we'll see how it goes from there. So thank you for sitting with me for this long, if you have done already. Hope you've done some Give It 10s as we've gone. I hope this is going to inspire you to perhaps get some Give It 10s into a day. 10 seconds, 10 reps, 10 minutes. And if all else fails, just close your eyes, take one deep breath, reset, and get going with your busy days. And also, my passion is kettlebells. I love swinging them, love working with them. I love getting people using them, and used the right way, they can really help in back rehab. I know that, but I also know used the wrong way, they can be a major contributor to back problems. So part of this journey as well is me getting back into swinging. And I started a couple of weeks ago just swinging lighter. So just working my way up through the kettlebells to get swinging heavy again, because I know that when you build the muscle around the back and you get strong, then everything else becomes so much easier. So again, this is going to be part of my journey, my rehab journey, with using kettlebells to help in my strength. Let's get swinging.